The way you have used your planner is going to reflect at the end of the year, and that is what sets you apart from all the others who have the same planners. Make the Ink Bucket planner your planner by the end of 2021. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjna. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to use the Ink Bucket planner. When we open the planner, we have this really pretty decorative blank page. Here you can write your word of the year, theme of the year, or if you don't have them, then probably put your focus for 2021. Think about what's your priority. Is it health? Is it finances? Or is it your career? Whatever it is, you can write that down here. And I wanted to share another idea with you all, which is writing a letter as your future self. What this means is that imagine yourself on December 31st, 2021, and then write a letter stating the experiences that you would have had, the goals that you would have achieved, and the things that you would have done as well. What I'm going to do is, since I want to put my word of the year here, I'm going to stick this envelope at the back of the cover and put in the letter that I've already written and then seal it off. At the end of 2021, I want to come back and read this letter. I've been doing this exercise since 4 years now, and I've never reread the letter. So I'm very excited this year to read it. And by the way, if you want to know how this helps in your goal setting journey and in you achieving your goals, I have made a video about it on my channel. I will leave a link to it in case you want to explore. Now we have this calendar page. So I mentioned about the focus for the year, right? Whatever your focus for the year is, think about how you can customize this planner as per that focus so that it will help you become more mindful about that aspect of your life. In case your focus is finances, then what you can do is categorize your finances into different colors. And then as you can see here, I've circled one of the dates. So just use those colors, circle those dates whenever the payments are due. And when you're planning for March, you can come back here, see what payments are due and plan your month accordingly. And if your priority is self-care and you're a mom, probably put down your kids' school schedule because that kind of does influence your life. So when is their school going to start? When is it going to end? Their exams, their holidays, and all of that. So that you can come back, refer to this and see, okay, this is when my kid needs a little bit extra attention. So probably I need to plan my self-care activities accordingly. And if you're a student yourself, you can put down your school schedule. I'm just going to leave this blank for my planner because I use this as a reference just to see the dates and stuff. So I want this to be pretty clean. And then we move to one of the favorite sections of my planner, which is the goodbye and hello sections. There are already prompts that are given here. You can use the same ones, but if this is too intimidating for you or if this doesn't resonate with you, what you can do is in the goodbye section, write down 3 wins you have had in 2021. Big or small, doesn't really matter. What matters is you acknowledging them. And then once you've written down that, write down 3 things that you want to let go in 2020 and which you don't want in 2021. Trust me guys, the act of just writing the things that you want to let go of, taking it out of your system, it's extremely powerful. Give that a try. And then in the Hello 2021 section, write down your intentions and also write down what are your expectations from life in 2021. For me, my expectations is abundance of time and finances. So that's my expectations. And then also write down what is your commitment towards life in 2021. What are you committing yourself to doing? If your focus is finances, then make sure that revolves around that. If your focus is health, then make sure it revolves around health. For me, my focus is health, so my commitment will be practicing yoga. And then we move to the vision board page. I'm going to be using both these pages for my vision board. Actually, we are currently in lockdown, so I need to get the prints. I don't have an access to printer as of now, so I'm waiting for that. In case you just want to use this particular page, here what you can write is, write down your manifestation statement for 2021. So if your focus is health, manifestation statement or affirmation statement, here you can see one of the weekly affirmations that I've written is, I am ready to enjoy perfect health. So think about what is it for you that will allow you to guide and that will allow you to become more mindful about your day-to-day living. You can put that down here. And in case your focus is business and you want to become a coach, I'm just giving that example because I'm a coach. I can share mine with you that I had prepared last year. Last year, I said to myself that I am a mindset coach and I help women gain clarity in what they want to do in their life. And fast forward 2021, here we are. I am a coach, I am coaching women. There are so many women who are getting impacted by this. So you can do that there. And then we move to goals and plans page. Before I start talking about this page, I want to mention that I am someone who believes that you just need to have one goal, completely put your 100% focus into it, become a master, and yeah, that's what I believe in. But let's be real, there are other aspects of our life as well which needs our attention. So what I've done is I've divided my life into 5 different categories. And by the way, if you want to know more about how to like divide your life into those categories and stuff, it's in the same video as the letter 1, so you can check that out itself. And my categories are kind of similar to this, but not exactly. In that case, whiteout comes really handy. So just white out these headers and then put down your categories there, and then write down what your focus is in each category. And another thing that I want to mention is, just because you have all this space doesn't mean that you write everything here. It just doesn't mean that. 1 in each category or 2 in each category should be perfectly fine. I would say don't go beyond 3, stick to 1, but don't go beyond 3. And also, I will be setting this planner up. The video is going to be coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye out on that and subscribe if you haven't already. Now there is this plan section. The headers are pretty straightforward. Again, priorities and stuff, like don't be in a hurry to put down all the priorities that you have now. Just give yourself the permission to grow, the permission to improve. Right now, whatever is your priority, put that down. It's totally fine, because at the end of June, let's say, your life would have changed a little bit when compared to now, and you might need to prioritize something else in your life at that point in time. So you can come back and write that there. So don't be in a hurry to set up all these things at once. You can keep adding things as you progress. Now we again have this goals and plans page, but divided into different months. Like I've said before a number of times, whatever your focus is, make sure you're customizing it as per that. If it's finances, then put down what's your income, what was your expenses, and how much did you save that particular month. Another way to determine what you can put here is, like I said, have one main goal for 2021, right? Ask yourself at the beginning of each month, what's the one thing that I can do in the next 30 days that's going to take me a step closer to achieving my main goal? And whatever the answer is, put that down here. By the way, I have another video wherein I explain in detail about like monthly goal setting and stuff. I will leave a link to it in the description box along with the other video. Now we have this year at a glance page. One of the most common ideas that I have seen is to track your mood. That's a great idea. I used to track my mood in 2018 and I don't do that anymore because I just feel it's too much work. And you have to keep in mind that planners are made to simplify your life, to make you more organized. So if it's taking you the opposite route and making you feel more overwhelmed, then don't use this page. I just quickly want to show you my 2020 planner. If you see here, these initial pages, I didn't use them at all because I was at a very different place last year at this time, and I just didn't have the mind space to go fill all that out and use it. And that's fine. Whatever is serving you, make sure you do that. What I'm going to do this year is to mark down my yoga practices just to track when I have and when I haven't done. And I'm not going to use this daily. What I'm going to do is, on the monthly page, I have my yoga tracker. So I'm going to come once in a while, just see when I have done, when I haven't done, and then track it here. And I'm doing this because my focus is health this year. So wherever possible, I'm going to make that reflect in my planner. If your focus is finances, then have some sort of a savings challenge. And you need not fill out each of these boxes. You might have weekly savings challenges. So fill out that particular day, how much did you save? And then in the end, you can put down how much you saved at the end of the year. And if your focus is business, you can put down what you made on a certain date, like whenever the money flows into your account, you can put that down. And if your focus is to establish a stronger social media presence, then probably you can track when you have posted on Instagram or whatever platform you prefer using. And then we have this birthdays and stuff page. I'm just going to use it for whatever it is, birthdays, anniversaries, and any special days that are there in that month. And if you don't want to use it for that, use a washi tape or a whiteout, cover this off and use it for whatever you want. You have these months here. Again, think about what is your focus and do it accordingly. And this notes page, what I'm going to use this for is because all of these pages are quite intense and towards goal setting and all of that, I'm going to use this page as my wish list tracker. So it's just going to be a really fun page wherein I put down the things that I would want. It's not necessary that I am going to get them in 2021, but something that's there in my mind, I want to put it out of my system and put it into this planner. And yeah, I will be setting up this page as well. By the way, any like planner page that you see here which are already set up, the videos are already live on my channel. If it is not set up, then the videos will be coming to my channel, so keep an eye out on that. And we have this monthly calendar page. I use this page to put down some important dates as well as track my bills and my paydays and a few other things. So I have added this yoga tracker here because this is my focus for 2021. I'm just going to put it wherever possible so that it just enters my brain. And I have marked some of my important dates, like a few of my friends' birthdays, my niece's birthday, New Year's Day, paydays. And what I also do is I track some of my errands. So whenever I've done my grocery shopping, I come down, I put this sticker down. So when I'm planning for the week, I know that, okay, I shopped my groceries on Sunday. I need not worry about it for this week. And I also put down a laundry sticker. I haven't done laundry this month yet. So what I'm going to do is whenever I do my laundry, I put down the sticker. Usually I do it like once in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. That works out well. And I can see based on when I've done, I can come back and put that. And we have this for this month page. Here she has already given the headers for each thing, but don't be obliged to use them. See each box and think about whether it's necessary for you at this point. Intentions and agendas, absolutely. I love this block, so I use it as it is. And new things to try as well, I just added it. You can put in some fun things here also, just to push you out of your comfort zone a little bit. This to-do section, it's just my monthly checklist, the things that I want to get done this month, but I'm not really sure when I'm going to get it done. And then priorities for this month, just so that, again, you see here, I have put my yoga here, trying to put it wherever possible. And this section, I'm going to be using it as a journaling section. I should come back and write it down. And here, I think this was a section for notes and doodles, and this was for important dates. So for important dates, I have already put it down in my monthly calendar and it's highlighted enough. I need not rewrite it again here. And in this box, I've put down the books that I'll be reading this month. And here I've put down some of the movies I'll be watching or I would have watched this month. And also this bill section, I track my bills in my monthly calendar. So I don't do anything here. I just leave it as it is. It really doesn't matter. Any section that you feel is kind of consuming more time, but it's not necessary, like don't do it. It's totally fine. Habit tracker, to be really honest, I'm not a fan of habit trackers, but since it's already there, I'm just using it. And also I don't like track this or kind of mark this every day. I track my habits in my weekly view. So once in a while I come back and mark this down. Now we move to the weekly page. I didn't use my planner like the first 3 days. I started using it from Monday, so it is blank now. What you can do is, again, think about your focus. Is your focus self-care for this year? Then you could use this page for journaling. This is a really nice planner if you want to get into the habit of journaling. So every day take some time, probably in your morning routine or your night routine, and just write down whatever comes to your mind. That is a really great thing to do. I actually do it, but I do it in a separate notebook. And this planner is mainly for me to organize my life, and it's my main planner. So I use it as a general checklist planner. And we have this weekly dashboard page. Here I use them as it is because that kind of helps me to progress towards achieving my goals, because I have two separate areas. One is business and the other one is personal. So in personal, my focus is just yoga, and in work, it's about content this week and this meal plan as well. This kind of you know, is tied up with the yoga health stuff. That's why I'm using it for that. But if you're using it as a social media planner, you could use this to track your Instagram posting, or if you're posting on YouTube and all of that. And weekly affirmation, again, try to resonate and connect with main goals that are going on in your life. The shopping list, I use it for my grocery list. And what I can show you another example here. Here I didn't have any shopping list, and that's okay. You need not put it down. I just put a no spend sticker just because I thought I would challenge myself not to spend anything that particular week. And this calls and email section, honestly, if that wasn't there, it wouldn't have really mattered to me, but since it's there, I just added it. And then we have this weekly expenses section. Last year, it was extremely helpful for me because it made me more mindful about my finances when I started tracking it weekly. This year, my life has changed, my financial situation has changed, and I have a separate budget planner, so that's working out really well. So I'm not really using this section. Again, like, it's fine if you don't have any use for it, just leave it as it is. As you can see here, in the next week, I have put this all the things section. I thought, like how we have a monthly checklist here, right? I thought I could use this section to add my weekly checklist. And we also have this weekly reflection section, and the question she has given works absolutely fine for me. So I just use that. Any highlight that I have, and when did I feel the most in tune with myself, is one of the main questions that I really like. Because when I write, like, say I felt the most in tune with myself when I go for walks. So next week when I'm making my plans, I can see here, okay, the walks are really helping me, and probably I need to prioritize walks the upcoming week. And you can write all of that. And then here we have a gratefulness section. Monday mornings, this is like my Monday morning routine. I sit down and I just write this gratitude thing there. And this is a filled out weekly section that I have. There is already a weekly plan with me on my channel. So yeah, it's my main planner. I mainly use it to organize my day-to-day tasks. And here again, I have two main boxes that I have on each day. The smaller one is for my yoga practice name. So each practice has a name, so I just put that name there. And then on this bigger box, I put whatever my 3 priorities for the days are. And yeah, there is a setup video about this as well. And this is another weekly that I set up. It is yet to begin. So this is all we have here. We also have a end of the month section. Here you can see there is a blank page at the end of each month. And again, I have highlighted my yoga stuff here. So my focus is health. My priority this month is to practice yoga on all the 30 days. So I've just put down a yoga calendar stating all the practice names, and also what's the duration of each practice. Monthly review, these questions are very simple. I stick to them because it helps me perfectly. And moving to the end of the planner, we do have some blank pages here. This is the highlights of the year. I'm going to use it as it is, but what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to set it up in another video, but what you can do is have some sticky notes, put them here, put at least 12 of them. Every month, whenever you're doing your end of the month review, just come here, write down whatever your highlight for that particular month is. And at the end of the year, you can probably see if you have any photographs that resonate with it, or if you want to write down something about it, you can do it on a nice Sunday evening. And here we have my financial goals section. I have a setup video about it. And here, I don't know what to put it yet. I'm just leaving it blank. Like I said, there is no necessity for you to fill all the pages. And as the year progresses, anything comes up, if you feel anything needs to be added, you can come back and add. And after that page, actually, there were those stickers at the back of the planner. Last year, I noticed that I didn't really reach out to them because they were at the back. So I chopped that off and I tried to stick this down. Look at the irony. I wanted to put down my challenges faced in 2021 here. And it was pretty challenging to stick that down. I messed it up here. So yeah, I'm going to be using this page for that. Again, a setup video will be coming soon. And there are a few more pages that are there. I do have some ideas. I'm still not sure whether it's going to work or not. So I'm just leaving it as it is. If anything comes up, I'll keep updating. And then we have this back pocket here. So I just store the things that I regularly use. As of now, I have 3 things here. One is this fork and knife sticker that I use in my meal planning like place, and this is the grocery stickers that I use in the monthly layout. And then this is a grid page that I use because you can see here like the number of stickers I have added, and it's not easy to add them straight because these pages are plain. So I just stick this at the back of the planner and these lines show up, and I can line up the stickers very easily and it's gonna look nice. Yeah guys, these are all the ideas that I had, and any other ideas that I keep getting, I'm gonna be sharing it on my channel. Just remember one thing: whatever your focus is, whatever your priority is, keep in mind that your planner is supposed to help you reach that. Don't complicate the process for yourself and just customize it as much as you can to suit your needs. And another thing that I want to mention is, don't worry about beating up your planner. This is my last year. Look at it, like there's this stuff there that's gone, and then some of the gold foiling has come off. That is nice guys, it's nice. We are so used to like having things new that we get really worried about all these things. But these damages, or not damages, but the way you have used your planner is going to reflect at the end of the year, and that is what sets you apart from all the others who have the same planners. Make the Ink Bucket planner your planner by the end of 2021. I really hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, then I would highly appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.